My friends, I believe this is about to be an absolutely immense week ahead here for Bitcoin. Not only is it looking to tentatively break out of its sideways equilibrium, viciously to the upside or to the downside, but we also have the Litecoin block halving event happening here in roughly 3 days' time from now at the time of recording. Will this have an effect on the Bitcoin price? And if so, will this effect be positive or negative? Will this be a catalyst for the entire cryptocurrency market as a whole? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the Litecoin block halving event. Will there be a correlation here? We've seen Litecoin has been the front runner of the altcoin rally. Is it right now going to have an immense effect, not only here on Bitcoin, but the rest of the market as well? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell. And let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin here on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. Clearly, if you are subscribed here, you would know. On yesterday's stream, I pointed out how we broke through my resistance level number 1. That was my range here, going back all the way to the 0.382 Fibonacci retracements and our level of past historic price resistance and support flips. Bitcoin went through this range, and we've gotten stopped out for the time being right now at my next range of resistance. This box here from 10,150 all the way up to 10,300. So level 1 was taken out, and we are right now riding in this secondary channel. But for me, the whole equilibrium really is this whole range, ladies and gentlemen. We actually should include the top of the box here. So this equilibrium for me is really from 10,300 all the way down to 9,400. For me, Bitcoin right now has a lot of support and resistance all throughout this range. And truthfully, in my opinion, we're going to need to see some more volume in the market in order to get a definitive break out of this range. As we notice here, you can see that the volume for the market as a whole has been on a steady decline really since the 15th of July. So we're going on over half a month now at this time. And really, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, in order to get us out of this trading range here, we're going to need to see an uptick in the volume. And this is going to need to produce a candle here that's going to definitively show the market that the bulls are back in action and they're ready to retake control here, or we're going to need to see this be a failure and a rejection to dump us down deep into the crypto abyss. Now, before we start to talk about Litecoin and the possibilities here of what may happen, we need to understand where Bitcoin is at, right? So currently, we still are trading underneath my resistance zone here between 10,150 and 10,300. If we look at the RSIs here, 4-hour time frame, we are flirting up in the high region, ladies and gentlemen. We are right now at a 64, almost into that overbought territory already, which can be bearish when testing resistance in confluence. If we look at the 1-hour RSI, you can see we've already tested up in that overbought territory, and we're still flirting with it here right now once again. On the daily, we are seeing higher lows come in, right, which is inherently bullish and what you'd want to see. But right now, as it stands, we have not yet made a higher high. So right now, I see this squeezing into a potential pennant. We want to see a break to the upside here, because if we cannot produce a higher high, my friends, this still, in my opinion, would be bearish for the time being. Let's get this crypto. But now the real meat and potatoes here, ladies and gentlemen, is this Litecoin halving event, right? This is the catalyst that's really going to be talked a lot about over the next several days, right? And it's interesting because Litecoin was a very prominent runner here. We'll go over to the chart now. Litecoin was a prominent runner here in terms of the altcoin market to kick off the boom from the bottom of the bear market. Litecoin was the star of the show, right? It had all the spotlight on it. I mean, Litecoin went up from roughly $22 all the way up to roughly 140, ladies and gentlemen. Savage, heinous, and a borderline ludicrous inverse debacle, if you do in fact ask me. And of course, you know, this whole time, you know, that we've been really on that parabolic blow off top run there, all the moon boys, Kirby, Litecoin, oh, my Litecoins, Kirby, oh. And I do have to agree that Litecoin has pretty much shown the direction of the market all throughout this run. So with this halving event coming up here, I am under the impression that it's going to have an effect. Now, if you've been subscribed to this channel for any amount of time, you all would know by now that Don Carbonaccio does not like to get caught up in the moon boy garbaggio, right? Just to put it in perspective, right up here, ladies and gentlemen, you know, all these moon boys. Kirby, when do you think Litecoin's going to explode? When do I think Litecoin's going to explode? James, it's up 600% in just a few months, my friend. It did a 6x, and you're asking me when Litecoin's going to explode? Sheesh. Anyway, these halving events, per my experience in this market, generally lead to a sell-off. I'm not saying that this has to happen, but it's generally a buy the rumor, sell the news type event, where the only ones left buying at this region are generally people that have never experienced a halving event before. Even with Bitcoin, historically, there's usually a sharp sell-off after the event. The run-up is generally leading to the event, right? And I want to show you this. So you guys know, if you are subscribed here, we generally look at the Bitcoin Google Trends data. But right now I want to look at Litecoin, all right, because it's relevant here. And we're going to look at the worldwide data over the past 90 days. I want you all to see here. The peak here was a 100 on June 12th. So let's look at the June 12th date. Where was this? And it was right here. This was our first high, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Essentially the absolute tippy top, right? And we see that in the correlation here with the trend data. Now, if we go over to where we currently are at as of July 30th, we're at a 37. So this is, you know, essentially a 63% drop off in interest here in the search volume. And we're only 3 days away from the halving, right? So what I want you all to understand here, at least just from my experience, it's generally a buy the rumor, sell the news type event. Now, this is interesting because not only do we see that the halving event may be a sell-off event, but this chart does have some bearish look to it, looks rather. We have a potential bearish head and shoulders pattern forming here in the chart. I will remove this though, as I know the degenerates, oh Kirby, head and shoulders, they want to cry to Don Carbonaccio. Sheesh. We'll take this away. We see we have our Fibonacci retracements pulled up here. We've already tested down to the 0.5, bounced, and now we're getting rejected here at the 0.382. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the golden Fibonacci is that 0.618. These bubble pops, right, if you will, this is certainly a bubble here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even going to argue that. This is certainly a bubble when you go from $22 to $140 over the course of just several months, okay? Now, if we were to drop back down to that 0.618, I just want you to see here that this, my friends, is a very healthy level, okay? This whole red zone here, right? There is so much confluence here, old resistance, new support, trading range for months and months. Then, ladies and gentlemen, over here, just the same, right? And then we even consolidated over here. So I really like this for a zone that Litecoin could look to retest if the bubble pop is going to continue. And just so we're all on the same page here as well, where Litecoin is getting rejected right now, look at all of the historic price action confluence at this level, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely insane. This white line goes all the way back throughout the bull run in 2017. Look at all those touches, right? boom, 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 boom. That's now 6 touches, ladies and gentlemen, on that line. And that is exactly where we're getting rejected here once again. And that line also coincides perfectly with the 0.382 Fibonacci. So for me right now, knowing that Litecoin has been the front runner of this market, knowing that right now, the altcoin market as a whole, excluding Bitcoin, has already dropped down to touch that 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, right? And is right now consolidating in this red box here, which for me is roughly the area that looks like where Bitcoin would be between 6,000 and 7,000, right? It was the area of stagnation before the capitulation down to 3,000. This is where the altcoin market cap is trading right now. And that is, you know, roughly right around the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. So now if we go back to Litecoin, I just want to point it out here that it would not be out of the realm of normalcy here at all, in my opinion, to see Litecoin drop down potentially to this 0.618, which is roughly around $69 to $70. Let's get this crypto. So if Litecoin is to drop there, let's take from the current price down to that level. My friends, just so we're all on the same page here, this is roughly a 30% drop, right? I hope we're all seeing what's going on here. So if this is in fact going to be a sell the news event here, where many whales and large bag holders decide to unload on, you know, the degenerates that are buying in thinking that this adds some type of true value, that everybody and their brother is now going to need Litecoin for some reason, right? It's unfortunate, but I've personally never seen immediately that these halving events equate to large gains. Generally, the gains are to be had in speculation before the event, and then the smart money sells off before, and that to me looks like it's happened here yet again. And if this market starts to sell off again after the rewards after the block reward halving, you know, kicks into action, I definitely see possibility here that this head and shoulders could play out, and we do look to test down to that Fibonacci level. Let's get this crypto. Of course, guys, that's just my own personal hypothesis and speculation. That is not investment advice or trading advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I'll never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That's just my theory there, based on my experience in this market, and not only just my experience with, you know, seeing these halvings. It's my experience here with the technical analysis. Even if this event was not going to occur, the chart still looks bearish to me at this point in time on a micro level. Sure, long term, the halving rewards getting cut in half have been absolutely beautiful for these coins, right? Bitcoin and Litecoin, long term, right? We're talking very long term. But generally in the short term, you know, this is just generally a speculative event that may lead to further sell-off. So if we do start to see a sell-off here when the block reward is actually slashed in half in roughly 3 days and 16 hours from now at the time of recording, this could trigger a market sell-off, ladies and gentlemen, purely only because this is a large cap coin, right? We can't discredit this. Litecoin is number 4 overall at the time of recording in terms of market cap. And it has been a front runner for the market, you know, really from the bottom of the bear market. This has been one of the coins that has led the pack. So for me, you know, if this does begin to sell off here and we do see, you know, a retest to that fib roughly 30% down from where we're at now, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see that the Bitcoin chart here does get bearishly rejected, right? This is something to monitor, right? And the fact of the matter is that we still have not only this blue box here, this blue range from 10,150 to 10,300 to break through, but my friends, this entire range up here, in my opinion, is still heavily pressured by the bears. And why is this? Well, until we create a new higher high, we are still in a super bearish structure right now of lower highs and lower lows, right? So all the way up to this region can just be a bunch of moonboy hullabaloo, and we get rejected back down without ever creating a new higher high, which is textbook, classic bearish, right? So for me right now, the technicals in this market certainly do appear bearish on a macro level. Although right now, if we do break through the blue box here, sure, we could have a nice little run up, right? I believe we could run up all the way to this zone and still be bearish, which, my friends, would be roughly, right, from where we are right now, almost a 10% move to the upside. So these moon boys that don't really understand technical analysis, or all they want to hear me say is, it's going to the moon, ladies and gentlemen, hop on that train, it's the Parabolic Express. This is not what you're going to get from me here on a daily basis, because I'm looking at this market like a realist, as somebody that's ready to crush it and get this crypto. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the market is about to get absolutely volatile here with this block halving event coming up. And right now, I'm personally looking to crush the market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. I'm monitoring these charts 24/7. I'm watching for the breakout here. I'm watching to see how Litecoin responds. Is this going to be an area where I look to go long, or am I going to stack shorts in this region and look to play potentially to the downside? Either way, I'm going to be keeping you all updated in VIP right now. I keep you updated with my trades, my entries, my exits, my targets, my strategies, all in real time to the exact second. I can only be here on YouTube once per day, but in VIP, I'm posting around the clock, 24/7. So I will see you in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs, and shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. Many will get wrecked here, ladies and gentlemen. If I could only tell you how many people inbox me, what do you think about the Litecoin halving, Kirby? The Litecoin halving! You can tell that these people have never, lived through a halving before, right? They've never experienced it. They're under the impression that this is really adding some type of value in the immediate term to this, right? Sure, I guess you can say that it does, but my friends, my experience in this market is that it's all speculation, right? You have to understand that when we look at these coins here, in my opinion, almost each and every one of them is pure hot air speculation, garbaggio, right? Nothing wrong with the projects, right? I love crypto. I love, the blockchain space. But the thing is most of them have no real world use case. No one's actually transacting with them in terms of e-commerce, right? Most of the blockchains here have very little use. And the thing is, my friends, is that, you think average Joe thinks that the Litecoin halving here is going to change the world? I personally don't. And I know from past experience that it's never really worked out in the short term that well. So for me, seeing that Litecoin has already, dropped essentially, let's see, let's take a price range tool. Seeing that Litecoin has dropped already at its local low there, roughly 47% from its high, I think that smart money already, dumped their bag on the heads of the dumb money, right? It's classic, ladies and gentlemen. And to me right now, if Litecoin does have an immense sell-off after this event, right? And I'm talking a whale, right? Like not like average Joe and James at the water cooler sell like 5 Bitcoins, their life savings of 6 Bitcoins, right? I'm talking about a whale that comes in here and produces like a massive candle down. I do think that this could affect Bitcoin, right? As the market as a whole may respond to this irrationally. So we're going to have to wait and see. Either way, just don't be getting caught like a deer in the headlights here, ladies and gentlemen. Be smart with your trades. Be smart with what you're doing here. Have a plan. Be ready to execute upon that plan. Right now, I'm posting my plans for my VIPs as I formulate them in real time. I'm going to be trading this whole range here very aggressively once I see what the equilibrium is showing me. At this point in time, we are still stuck in phase 1 of the equilibrium here, and I'd like to see us enter phase 2 here. But my friends, until confirmations come in, Don Carbonaccio is waiting here in the shadows, getting ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been getting wrecked, if you've been missing these potentially life-changing trading opportunities, what are you doing? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'm going to be posting my trades for you in VIP, right here, right now. Every strategy of mine I'm posting for you in real time in VIP. So I will see you in VIP right after this video, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. Tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment what you think about these block halving events. Personally, I think that the value has already been there, but that's not investment advice or trading advice. You speculate however you'd like to. I'm just stating my opinion that I believe we've already potentially seen where the smart money exited, and we still have some of the degenerate, for lack of a better term, noobs that are holding on to bags here, thinking that there's magically going to just be some influx of capital that moons this thing when the countdown runs out. And personally, ladies and gentlemen, I am speculating to the opposite end of that mentality, as I believe that it could potentially be the catalyst here to get rejected and retest our golden Fibonacci retracement, the 0.618, roughly around $70 USD, or anywhere in this red box for me here. Let's get this crypto. Guys, you're open to your own interpretation. Right now, I'm getting ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass and take aggressive trading positions here, of which I will be keeping you updated with in VIP in absolute real time. I'm getting ready to crush the market. Are you? Do not be getting wrecked here, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be taking that trip to Wrecked City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. You're better than that. You deserve better than that. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. So I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. So guys, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Let me know what you think down below. Is this halving going to have a positive effect on Bitcoin, or a negative one, or no effect at all? Or I'd also like to hear your thoughts on what it's going to do for Litecoin. We all know it's been a front runner, as I've already shown you on the total crypto market cap chart. We are currently trading in my range here, which is around where Bitcoin was at 6,000 to 7,000 before the capitulation down to 3K. And I think that it could be possible that Bitcoin and Litecoin look to get back to this base level here as well. And maybe, just maybe, this event will be the catalyst to make that happen. We'll have to see. Either way, I'm getting ready to crush it with aggressive trades, and I will be keeping you updated with all of my trades here in real time in VIP. So I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.